So this is just a brief taster of what's to come because I'm going to do a full analysis of the Azerbaijan audio in the manner that I do, exposing the lies that the media tell you when you're watching the Grand Prix. But firstly, congratulations to Oscar Piastri, his second career win at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Both of them from second on the grid because he also won the Hungarian Grand Prix of 2020 is what Sky Sports tell us. That's what was on their caption as they were interviewing Mark Webber. I had to double check because I'm the kind of person that just doesn't believe everything that the media tells me. So I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll have a look. So I had a look, and the race that they're talking about, the 2020 Hungarian Grand Prix. I went down here to have a look at the race, the pre-race, the race report. Turns out Lewis Hamilton won that one. Max Verstappen came second. Lance Stroll came fourth. Incredible. Turns out that even back then, Oscar wasn't even in Formula One. Who would have thought? Anyway, don't worry about it, lads at Sky Sports. You're only human after all, and like Michael Massey, you've just made a human error. Now, what I do when I'm watching a Grand Prix now, I record the audio as the Grand Prix is playing because as I'm listening, I can hear the bullshit that we're all listening to coming out of Brundle and Crofty's mouth. Now, because this Grand Prix was narrated by Karen Chandok and the other goon in the studio, there is less bullshit. So there's less recordings for me to have to go through. But again, just as an example of the kind of things that we're going to be talking about when I do the full length analysis, we'll have a look at this one briefly to give you a taster.
Lap 34. And George Russell managing to get through on Max Verstappen, as we just saw, rubbing salt into the wounds of Max Verstappen, who, well, hasn't had a win since back. We've got to go back to Spain for a Grand Prix win for Verstappen, and right now he's fighting down in 7th place.
How come Max Verstappen hasn't had a win in all that length of time? I thought Max Verstappen was the best we've ever seen. Incredible. The best naturally gifted racer in the history of the sport. I thought Max Verstappen was. Doesn't matter what car he's driving, he can carry so much extra speed into every corner and understeer, which means he'll carry so much extra speed he can brake later, he can accelerate faster. When he's got that DRS flap open, it doesn't matter anything else. Max can do it all. Okay, he can start in 27th on the grid and still fight his way through to victory because he is that good. He can give everybody a 2-lap head start and Max will still win, but he's not won in this length of time. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? And how come he was able to do that at the start of the season and not now? Strange that.
How things change 6 months on from a dominant display in Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, to where we are at now. We all want to see brilliant, epic racing. That's what we're getting, but you have to ask questions at how a team can change and lose performance.
Yes, you do have to ask those questions, don't you? Because there will be a reason for that. Just doesn't happen as a random occurrence, does it? There's a reason. Something's changed, hasn't it? And they're not telling us.
So quickly within a season as we go back up front towards turn 1.
Let's ask those questions on Monday. Let's
ask those questions on Monday, indeed, Karen. We'll ask those questions Monday.
Enjoy this unbelievable battle. I mean, we've been waiting for this.
Leclerc's tyres look worse than yours at the rear, slightly better on front.
Information from Tom Stallard there to his man, Oscar.
So Tom Stallard's not as guilty as Lando Norris's race engineer, but one of the things that I want you to consider every time you watch a Grand Prix now is when Lando Norris's race engineer is giving a message, is it to Lando Norris or is it to you? Is it to you, the viewer? Because it very much seems to me that the McLaren race engineer is speaking to the world rather than to Lando. All done for the show. But we'll carry on.
Piastri in the car. But I say we've been waiting for this, haven't we? 3 teams fighting with a similar pace for Grand Prix victories, and we're getting it now. I think the next 8 races, or the next 7 races after today, we are going to get it as well, and it's brilliant to watch. Ted, are you enjoying it?
Are you having a lovely time, Ted?
Colossal fight, isn't it? Colossal fight. Karun, if I had a sofa down here in the pit lane, I would be jumping up and down on it.
Don't do that, Ted. It's not going to end well. Fat lad jumping up and down on a sofa. We can all predict the outcome. Anyway, I'll get into the other clips when I do the feature-length video and analysis of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. But what I'm going to leave you with, for those of you that are new to the channel, this channel is here to expose the true reality of the 2021 Abu Dhabi fix. Now, let me just go to the correct tab that I've got open. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, this is a little task, bit of homework for the kids out there, right? If you've got F1 TV, okay, you can go and have a look at the archive race footage, and one of the most exciting races you'll ever see is the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, right? So if you go to the timestamp of 1 hour, 31 minutes and 52 seconds, it's over 3.5 minutes after that iconic moment, okay, that iconic moment which was, oh no, Nicholas Latifi has crashed. Oh, there's bound to be a couple of racing laps. Yeah, that iconic moment, what you'll see on screen is some pit action, 3 minutes and 20 seconds after the crash, you know. Pit action showed to you by F1 TV. Lads wearing black ovals. What does it say? Patronus. So I think that's the Mercedes team there. Looking like they're getting ready to do a tyre change onto the fastest compound of tyre for a 1-lap shootout. Oh, that's yellow, isn't it? Yeah, is that yellow? That's yellow. That's medium. That's the middle compound of tyre. That's not the fastest compound of tyre. That's not the slowest compound of tyre. That's the medium compound of tyre. The mid one, like Mummy Bear's compound of tyre, the one that's just right. Yeah, the Mercedes actors are being shown on the television, pretending they were readying for a pit stop for Lewis Hamilton to convince you all of the tyre narrative. Oh, I wonder what your involvement is in the Abu Dhabi fix, Mercedes. Showing the world the frustration of not being able to change onto that soft compound of tyre that you weren't preparing to put him on. And that at no stage were you ever going to, with just a 12-second lead and requiring a 19 to 20-second window. But you still sent your boys out there in the pit lane, didn't you? For the optics. For the optics. Anyway, we'll get into that and expose the true reality of Mercedes' role in the show of Abu Dhabi 2021. That'll do on this one. Thank you for your time. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, because you're going to see things here about Abu Dhabi 2021 which are going to blow your mind. It's going to be fully revealed who exactly was in on fixing that global sporting event. Thank you for your time.